Good evening, everybody. Today we are going to discuss emic and etic categorization, and this dichotomy falls under Language and Linguistics Unit 1. So let's just start with the topic. Starting with the person who gave this categorization. So he was K.L. Pike, who is an American linguist. He gave this classification in 1954. Now, if you will look at these words, emic and etic, closely, you will find that these terms are very related to phonemic and phonetic. So you guessed it right. These words are derived from phonemic and phonetic only. These both the terms are derived from those words only. Now here EAM means minimal distinctive units involved. Means EAM is something which has meaning. Now anything which have meaning or which will be related to meaning will come under emic categorization, while anything which will be talking about form or the structure only will come under etic categorization. Now for further studies of these categorization, Ward Goodenough and Marvin did further researches on these topics. So these two approaches helps in the investigation of the language or to study language in a different ways. Okay, emic talks about or it takes into consideration or account the functional relationships, while etic doesn't take the functional relationships into consideration, rather it looks at the physical patterns of the language. Okay, now as I have told you that M means minimal distinctive unit, so its focus is on meaning, while etic doesn't focus on meaning. Now, while we do emic classification or emic investigation of a language, it is basically from the insider's point of view. So anything which is from the insider's point of view is subjective. So it becomes another characteristic of the emic categorization, and also it is from the perspective of the subject. We can say in this way also. While etic is something which is from the outsider's perspective. So outsider's perspective isn't subjective at all, but rather it is objective in nature. So because it is from the perspective or from the viewpoint of the observer. So here is the basic classification between these two. I hope it will help you in the upcoming exam. So keep subscribed to the channel and also share it with your friends and classmates. And also do not forget to leave your feedback in the comment section below. Thank you so much.